Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud Institution. So today in this video we're going to see about another very interesting and very important Terraform series question. Terraform variables and validation rules. So what do you mean by Terraform variables? We have already seen what is Terraform variables and what is validation rules. Okay, so let's see what is validation rules. Terraform various validation rules means you can specify the custom validation rule for the particular variable by adding the validation block with the corresponding variable block. Okay, within the corresponding variable block, which means that so for example, if you are specifying variables, okay, if the variable is not matching as per your condition, so then the particular the Terraform plan and apply should not proceed, right? So now we can see the same thing with the example. Okay, now I'm going back here, I have the EC2 instance, right? I have the EC2 instance which is has to be creating. So now I'm creating EC2 instance with the cloud institution name, and then the AMI ID is going to be AMI, and then instance type. Okay, instance type is going to be variable, and the key pair name is going to be key name is going to be I'm creating a key name. Okay, so now the one thing we need to be noting down is that instance type. Okay, this one. Okay, so now what we can see is we can see the go to instance type, so we see the variables. Now I'm just going to comment this condition and give I'm going to run this pipeline. Okay, so run this Terraform. So Terraform plan, if I can give, okay, enter the instance type. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give Terraform t2 dot micro. All right. Okay. So when I do Terraform plan, it's going to be going Terraform t2.micro or t2.nano. All these things is going to be applied. Okay. Now I'm going to do apply. We'll see if this is going to be working. Now I'm going to do t2 dot. Okay. Let's say for example I'm going to do t2 dot medium. t2 dot medium. Okay. I'm going to create a t2 dot medium instance. Okay. I'm going to give yes. Okay. So the cloud institution virtual machine is still creating. Okay. So we all good with this, right? Now what happens is that I'm not adding any condition. So as soon as I mention that t2.medium is going to be working. Okay, the instance type is going to be t2.medium, right? So now what I'm going to add is that I'm going to destroy now. Okay, I'm going to try destroying and I'm going to create it new. Okay, so that we can just do the validation. So the instance type is going to be whatever we have given t2.medium. All right, so now what I'm going to do is that so meanwhile this is getting destroyed, I'm going to enable this validation. So what is this validation? Okay, I'm giving the validation such a way that the instance type, if the instance type, the conditions of the instance type is equal to t2.micro or t2.nano. Okay, if you have these two type only, sorry, if you have these two types, then you can continue. Otherwise, you can just give the error message saying that we only allow t2.micro and t2.nano instance. Okay, so uh, during the apply, you can mention that or apply and plan, you can mention that. So I will not be allowing you to proceed with any other instances with this one. So because many of the companies are doing a cost cutting, okay, so we need to be specifying that which instance has to be used to provision. So you cannot be simply creating so bigger instances, so because it will incur a cost. Okay, to save the cost, we can have a simple mechanism like this, and so that so in the module, right, so that whatever the whenever you're creating whenever you're creating instances, it makes sure that so we'll be allowing only these two instances. All right, now what I'm going to do is that so we have seen t2.medium instance is got created, right? Now I'm going to I'm going to do Terraform plan again. Okay, I'm going to Terraform plan. Now this time what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a Terraform dot so t2 dot medium. Okay, now as you mentioned here, so it's only allowing t2.micro and then t2.nano, but what I've given t2.medium. Okay, this is a bigger instance, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Terraform plan with this particular thing. Okay, now as expected, we see here, so we only allow t2.micro and t2.nano instances, right? Now, because of this condition, we only allow t2.micro and t2.nano instance. So that's the reason why it is just giving me the error saying that, okay, whatever the instance type you are given, I'm not going to allow it. Okay, now what I have to do here in this, I have to give the proper instance, like either it can be t2.nano or t2.micro. Okay, now I'm going to put t2.nano and we'll see it's going to be passing the validation or not. Okay, as you can see here, instance type is going to be t2.nano. Okay, if you can go and apply with this. Okay, if you can copy this one, and I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, so I'm giving yes. Now the validation will be successful. Okay, so it'll be creating the instance. Okay, so this is how we will be, so the blocking the user, we will be, so the limiting the users to be able to create one specific instance types. Okay, you can also do a lot of different validation with a variable, the various different conditions, but this is what the validation on the variables. Okay, so hope you understand this particular video. This particular video will be very, very helpful for you to, optimize the cost. Okay, if you go for any kind of a companies, then if you're mentioning, so that, so I wanted to be, you want to optimize many things, so you can also mention here that no, you want this instance to be provision only on the specific location. Okay, so you can also have many kind of conditions, during the instance creations. Okay, so hope you understand this particular video. Okay, so if you have any questions, please, drop your comments in the below section, and I'll see you again in the next video. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. See you again in the next video.